Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on planner stuff or just stationery stuff or whatever it is that I feel like talking about that's kind of related at the time. And I've mentioned a couple times that I find stuff at the thrift stores, and I thought I would do a video on some of the things that I find there. And they range from inserts to very interesting covers. Well, of course, I find lots of things there, but I'm just like limiting myself to types of covers and things that we might want to use ourselves. And now it's kind of become like a special interest to find covers and then put little booklets in them. So we'll get a whole bunch of those as well. But I'm going to start off with something a little simpler. Like whenever I go and I look in the stationery section, and you never know what you're going to find, which is always the great part about it, because I love like that treasure finding aspect of it. And one day I found this. This is a set of 3 inserts for something like a traveler's notebook type of thing. It has 3 little inserts, and one of them is blank, one of them has a diary thing, like an undated week thing, and one dotted grid. And as you can see, it cost me 75 cents for these 3, and they were completely new. I hadn't even been opened yet. I've since opened them just to take a look at what it is that's in here. They're from Craft Sensations. I think that's a fairly cheapish brand, but still I only got them for 75 cents, so that's great. So here you go. We've got the same colors. Here is the blank one right there. I think this is like a 80 or 90 gram paper. It's a little thickish. Okay, so the blank one, and then you got, this is the dotted one according to that right there. I don't know if you can even see the dots because this camera has trouble picking out very small details. I hope you can see it, but in any case, it's a dotted one. And then of course the diary one, the diary of seashells, and it has a week spread with Friday. What is this? Oh, the week starts over here now, because I guess this is from the week before, right? Yeah, it kind of does that. So a bit of word print, but okay, that's just how it is. And some people might appreciate the Sunday Start type thing. Anyway, so it has a week on 2 pages, but it's not quite the division that you would normally see. But it's fun, like a little insert if you want to ever put something in a cover that you have that's this size. Then you have something on the go, and it's only 75 cents. So really, can you have an issue with that? I think not. So that's these guys. That's just a simple little thing that you can find there. Now onto the covers. Of course, you're going to find some very simple ones, like where's the one that I had in my hands just now? This one right here. So these are extremely common. These are usually not in the stationery section. Usually I find these types of things in the, oh, I put it upside down. This is a notebook from the HEMA, by the way. I find these more in the purses and bags sections. They're always in there for some reason, because people think that this is like a purse. Well, it is just a simple type of thing. You can put all sorts of things in here. A couple of flaps. This is an extra flap, extra pocket space for other things. And whenever I get one of these empty little things, I just try to find a notebook that will fit. Now this one from the HEMA was originally a bit longer, so I had to cut it down to size to actually put it in here. So then I just kind of take one over here like this, stick that in there, and then you have a little notebook that you can put in a bag or something. Now I have lots of them already, so I don't really need this one in particular. But like I said, it's kind of like a special interest of mine now to find some type of combination between these covers and the little notebooks that I have around the house. So this is now their combination. I could of course put it in here if I wanted, but then I wouldn't see this little cover, and I wanted to see the cover more than I wanted this thing to connect. But I could in theory do that as well, and then we have a bit more of a solid combination, I guess you would call that. There, now it's just a little booklet inside of the thing. That's also an option. So, and then you have a little bit of pocket space here, and writing space, and an extra little bit of a slip-in pocket type thing that you can put some other things in as well. And there you go. No pen loop though, but still very nice and practical. In that same vein, I also found this one. I think I'm holding it upside down again. Yes, there we go. This is the front. This one has 2 little booklets in it of the same series. So here's another little booklet. This is Oh My Cuteness, and this one I think is the cherry one, which I've put the front flap in here. Let me pull it out and see what that says again, because I've forgotten. Oh, this one is actually a very tight fit. Yeah, that's right. Let me just pull that out real quick. I'll worry about putting it back in later. This one said, I love you, Cherry, much. Oh, this is not cute. So originally I had them, like, I think both in here. But if I put it in here, which is more of a wallet situation, you get this zipper in the back that's kind of locked now. I mean, it's possible to do it like this. Also, this thing is a lot like wider down here, so maybe that's why I did that, so I could use this space to put something in it and then just kind of keep the flap in here and then have the other space beneath it. I don't know, but I wasn't actually planning on using this daily, but I do like how nice this feels. I'm not sure what material this is. It could be leather. It looks natural enough to be leather, but it could also be imitation. It doesn't say what it is, what brand it is anywhere, so no idea. Anybody's guess is as good as mine in this case. Let me smell it real quick. Yeah, it could be leather. I don't really know. It could be anything really, but it's very cute, and I do like the very smooth texture. And something like this secondhand would probably get you like on the secondhand market, not in a thrift store, could probably cost you at least 10 bucks, and I don't really want to spend that because I think I got this one for $1. Usually these things range from 50 cents to $1.50, these types of things, so probably not more than that. If it were more than that, I probably wouldn't have picked it up in the first place. So I have that one as well, and then I have another one that's very extensive in that similar vein. This was not a part of it. This is just part of the booklet that I put in here. I think I'm holding it backwards. Let me take a look here. Nope, this is the right way. Okay, so this is just a little booklet that I put in there. This thing has an enormous amount of flaps, this thing. Let me just pull you out for a second so you can see, because there is a lot of little pocket spaces here. So it came like this, and these things were the original inserts that they were sold with, and I just kind of stuck them together in one big flap over here. I think this thing comes out, that's right. So the base thing is this with an extra pocket that flips open like that. And then there was this thing for a spare key, but it was so difficult to open that I decided to pull it out and put a little random thing in there that I found. So you have 2 little pocket spaces in here that you could put a booklet in. And then you have this pocket thing, which is actually several pockets in one. There is a pocket here. There is 2 or 3 here. Let me just unfold that. Yeah, 3 pockets like this, and then of course there's this space. So basically 5 pockets in one, and this thing can just get shoved into the back of this thing, and then you have a little extra insert like that. There you go. And then this one I put in with the front flap in here. This is a very cheap little note booklet that I got at the Action. It's not super great, and it came with a pen, but the pen that came with it, which is not this one, was actually bad pretty much right from the get-go, so I got rid of that one and instead put another one in it, and this one goes in like that. And then when I close it, I use the rubber band over here that came with the booklet to keep the front shut like that, and then it just kind of closes like that. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to do it like this, but I guess that's just how it works. I do kind of like that it keeps the booklet together, otherwise it just kind of flops open every time that you open this thing, so it kind of works. And I really like the color as well. Then we have this one. This one's actually a special case. I think this is suede. Also got it for like $1 or something. But the most interesting part about this, aside from the fact that I was able to put a larger booklet in here, is that it came with some of this right here. Now this is an expired bank card from somebody in Spain that was in here when I bought this thing. It was just sitting in here. It's got the name of the person and everything on there. Even though it's an expired account, I'm not going to show you the actual information, but it just kind of got turned in like that, and the people at the thrift store just didn't bother to take it out. So that's just still in there. And this, I think, is a donation card where they went to donate some plasma, and that was in there as well. So I'm not going to pull that out the entire way either. So it has these 2 inserts that you can just pull out and have something laminated kind of inside of the wallet itself, and then stick them in there. These are just little card holders. These are all empty. And ooh, there's some other stuff in there. That is like a receipt of some payment. Let me just grab something to put on. Well, I'll just use my hand. So this is a receipt of payment for, I think, rent. I think this was when I translated this to Google Translate, I believe. Can't show the entire thing because then you'll see like the names of people and everything. That this person was receiving money from, I think, a tenant, and that was in here. And this is a very old thing, so I don't think it was worth anything anymore. But yeah, there is that. And then there's this lovely pocket back here, and another thing over here, another pocket over here. So a lot of pocket space in this thing. Very nice and big enough to put a booklet in like this, which I also had to cut the size, but then it fit just fine. A little wallet thing over here, some space for coins. Another pocket over here and another pocket over there. So aside from the fact that it's lovely suede, also came with a very interesting surprise. So sometimes you do find that as well. I don't know how old this thing is, but the bank card expired somewhere in the 90s. So this is definitely not a very new wallet, I don't think, if it's been there for that long. So there's that. Then we have, I'm going to grab this one first. This one I've had for a long time. This is a ring bound system, and I don't think it's leather. It has a leather look. These straps have seen better days. One of them's actually snapped off, but okay. So it came with this paper. I don't know if it was already this yellow when it was produced. It has a bit of a filofax distance between the rings here. I don't think it is a filofax. It doesn't say that anywhere. And I think it would have been produced with a little bit more, I don't know, care, I guess, if it were. But it has a similar type of system to a filofax, and then with a wraparound cord that you can put over like that and just keep it together. I really got it because of the compass over there on the front that I really liked. It looked really nice. So I got that as well. I've had it for years, never actually rode in it. But maybe now that I'm writing so much more and running out of paper, maybe eventually, who knows, I try to journal more. Maybe I'll be able to use it at some point, or at the very least I could put other paper in there because that's just how it goes. Now, on the topic of wraparound things, this is actual leather legitimately because it actually had a card in it saying that it was camel leather, and talking about the brand, which I think is Camel Active. And it's more for a passport. Yeah, there we go, Camel Active right there. And this is the card that came with it, so I can pull it out real quick. And the Camel Active utility case is a must-have for anyone who wants to be both organized and fashionable when on the go. The insert pockets let you safely and practically stow business cards, boarding passes, passports, charging cables, headphones, and much more. Every letter Camel Active product is a piece of nature. Slight color variations as well as visible marks on the outer surface are an expression of the letter's character. They underscore the genuineness of each product. Each one is unique. So there you go. So I got that for, I think, $1.50, because they get tons of these things every day. So it's not like they're like super careful with pricing leather items. They get so much stuff at that thrift store that they don't really care too much about getting their money's worth for every little item. I thought these were pockets, but it actually just is sewn in. So there's nothing here. Those are the pockets that are on the inside over here that are sewn into place. But it is very nice. And very lovely color as well. It fits exactly one. I think this is not even an A6. What is this size? It doesn't even say. And this little booklet I got for like 10 cents at the same place as well. I haven't written in it. But as with most of these things, if I ever decide to grab a booklet on the go, put it in my bag, I have a whole bunch to choose from. So that's what that's for. This goes like that. And then we put it over there. All right, we're not done yet. So we have this thing next. I think this is also leather. This is from Laguno. Real leather, it says. And this is similar to a Filofax system. I think also the thing, yeah, there's a thing in here that says Filofax right there. So there's a bunch of pockets over here. There's a little pocket over here, a little pocket over there. Got the Filofax ruler. These inserts are kind of old and worn, and they look kind of gross, so maybe I could replace those at some point. They came with it in any case. It has a little zip pocket, which I think you come to expect. with a Filofax. Has the 6 rings as expected, and the pocket edition, I guess, and a little pocket in the back here. So I have so many. I don't have too many of these Filofax inserts like these, but I do have a hole punch with adjustable punch sizes or length, I guess you'd say. And I could possibly make a few inserts for this, but I have some, well, I have a lot of paper anyway. I already have like a Filofax for other things, so I don't really think I'm going to do that with this one. In any case, not anytime soon. It has, of course, this pen loop over there, a lovely brown color, and you go over here. The table's getting a little full, but we're not done yet. But we're done with the covers, well, except for one, but we're now going to go on to something else. When I went there the other day, they had about 50 of these each. Like, these are 2 different colors of the same type of planner, pretty much, and these were still available. I think they may still be available for purchase right now. Of course, the price will have gone down. I think the last time that I saw these online, they were like 15 bucks each, and I got them for 50 cents each because they had so many. Like I said, they get so much stuff at that thrift store. They're just happy when people buy things, so they keep the prices low, and then they manage to shift their inventory eventually. But yeah, these are planners from Tina and Mia, which it says over there, right there in the corner. And it is for 2024, so a lot of this is no longer relevant. But it is, I think it's a week on 2 pages. Let me take a look here exactly. A bunch of holidays. We're doing a quick planner review while we're here. This is a week overview. Yeah, we're starting off in January. Oh, we're not even doing any months. We're just going to go straight into the week, I guess. No funny business, just straight into January 1st. All right, good. They don't really follow that same planner logic that we need a bit of December or anything like that. We're just going to go straight into here. We don't even get a month of review like we're used to with so many other things. We just go right here from Monday to Friday, and a vertical layout. Saturday, Sunday are sharing a column, and they have a very large to-do section here at the bottom. And then you see over here, I guess the entire month with numbers laid out like that. Can you see that down there? Don't know what you're supposed to do with that. Maybe just mark them off or something. I don't know, but in any case, so that's what the entire year looks like. And I got some asterisks here with the holidays, of course. Goes on like that. You have 2 ribbons here. One of them is a brown white or white brown, depending on which side you turn, and the other one's a very lovely dark peach, I would almost say, a very vibrant peach color. And this goes on and goes on. Let's see, now I think we get the months in the back here. Where does it start? Oh, this is already December. You get a little bit of 2025 over here. And then we get the monthly planner, which is kind of like this for the entire year. With a to-do section on the right. I do like the fonts, but I think those numbers here are taking up quite a bit of space on each relatively small square per day. So maybe that could be something to adjust for next year. And then when we're done with the month of December, which is this one, we have notes over here. Note section all graded. A decent amount of notes as well. Good amount of notes in the back here. Quite a few. More than most planners I've seen so far. So you get a lot of note space. And I think that is it. So that is all they wrote. And this is their QR code. And they have some website address over there. You can follow them on Instagram, stuff like that if you wanted. So this is, I guess this would have fit in the Dutch planner review. But I didn't know they existed at the time, so that's why they weren't in there. Now I have one of theirs over here. This is the Orchard Lemon, it says over there. And then we also have the Sea Foam, I think this is called. Yeah, Sea Grass. So that's the green one, which is basically the same thing, only slightly different colors. Like this. This looks pretty much the same color as pages of the other ones. And this one has a, I guess an eggshell type ribbon and a green one, so 2 ribbons each, and the rest is exactly the same. So these were still available, like I said, for about 15 bucks each, but that was when it was still early March. Maybe their prices dropped since then, because of course it's already pretty much April, and people are looking toward the next year, possibly when they're looking at new planners. So they're not going to bother too much with the older ones for this year. Last thing I want to show you is probably my favorite item actually of the list that I'm showing you. It is this cover. This is a leather cover. I don't know how old it is. I'm guessing it's like from the maybe 70s or something. That color at least reminds me of that. Maybe it's a little younger than that, like an imitation type thing, but it's like this, almost like a Bible cover or something, and I just have a notebook inside of it. Notebook that's inside of it did not come with this. This came just as an empty cover, so it's just like this, and you stick something in it. The notebook came from the Hema, of course, because most of my stuff does. It is a very nice notebook with this gold fold edge here. Can you see that? I think you should be able to see that. Yeah, you can kind of see that. And it's a really thick book as well with 80-gram paper. So I love that. And so I put that in there because it's a nice combination with the red leather look on the outside with the French lily. I think it is leather because I've been looking online to see if anybody had any more of these, and all the ones I found that looks kind of like this were all like, oh, leather cover for your Bible or something, like the description was like that. So I was like, oh, I guess it is leather. And it definitely feels like it's definitely very stubborn feeling. Doesn't feel like fake leather much. And I'm very appreciative that I found this. I think I also got this for, I want to say €2, maybe not even. I don't remember the price of this, but all of these were very, very cheap in any case. So, and this was also a really cool find. It's just really fun to have these things in your repertoire, so to speak, or the stash, your planner stash. Currently, I'm using the insert of this one to just kind of like reflect on my planning in general. And that's also led to something interesting, like redoing my entire planner stack, which is another video that I'll be doing some other time. But for now, I'm going to leave it here with all these things right there. I hope you're going to stay put, because then we can have it all in one screen. There we go. Well, most of it in one screen. So this is a selection of things that I found in the thrift store. If you want to go look in the thrift store, a few places to look aside from, the obvious stationery section is also just the arts and crafts section. They tend to put a lot of stuff that they're not sure of what it is in the arts and crafts section. He wants to go, apparently. All right, so that's one place to look. And like I said, the places where you can get the purses and things like that. Also check out any section that has like men's clothes, because a lot of these things are considered men's wallets. So they might actually have a bunch of them just laying around over there. And with thrift stores in general, you always got to check out the entire store and every little nook and cranny, every shelf, every box, because sometimes they just don't know what they've got in their hands. And you can find the weirdest things in the weirdest places, and it can be a really great find for you. So make sure to check out your local thrift store and have good fun and good luck in there. In any case, thanks for watching the video. I'm going to say bye for now. Hope to see you next time, and happy planning.